How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It has certainly been an interesting past few months. Not even that, dude. It's been an interesting past year and a half. But welcome back to the channel. So happy New Year's, and I hope your holidays were well. So we're in the new year now, and one big thing that has happened since I think the last time I recorded my voice is that I moved. Yes. We're in a new space, and I was going to be cool and ceremonial and record the shit with a face cam, but my face cam was very much not cooperating, so you're getting the good old classic commentary style video today. But I'm in my new space. Things are going as well as I can in terms of moving and getting settled. It's actually been a week since I've been here. But that doesn't mean I haven't gotten stuff done, for the channel and stuff, so I wanted to talk about that today. That's what today's entire video is going to be about, so, without much further delay, let's just, kind of get into it. So, the first big thing is, what the fuck happened? Like, what happened here? So, I'm going to take you back to around the end of 2024. More specifically, I'd say it was about, August, September-ish time. So, it was actually right at the start of the way that I can tell you exactly what it was the start of Fortnite Chapter 5 Season 4, which was absolute doom. Because that season had just started when I moved. I moved across town, because I live with my mom. It's cheaper, we both put in our own ways, right? I help with the bills, on top of my own stuff that I have to pay for, but I also buy groceries, do a lot more of the heavy lifting, some of the more physical labor stuff, especially like shuffling, mowing the lawn, I take care of my cats, I buy all the stuff for my cats, and proper groceries and stuff like that, so, my mom also does her own thing too, which, she pays, the rent and stuff like that, so, we're putting in, into, it's not just one-sided, right? So, in order to save money, we ended up moving into into the house of one of our friends. We were kind of just renting a couple, a space there. I had my room, she had her room, and stuff like that. But we also lived with her friend. So, this kind of led to a very awkward situation. Because I work overnights. So, when I'm working, they are here, and when I do get home, they're asleep still, or stuff like that. The scheduling was very, very fucking weird, which led to very, very rare few moments where I couldn't even really sit down to record anything, with commentary, unless I just decided to say fuck it, in particular, which was, my attempt with Elden Ring. As much as I like my Elden Ring series, that was one of those things that I would like to actually go back and redo, which is why I'm waiting for the Tarnished Edition to come out, because I do want to go back and redo my playthrough of Elden Ring, probably going to do a new game, just to be able to really, experience everything the way that, they intended you, not on new game. Yeah, so that was the first attempt that I made, and for what it was, like I said, I liked it, but I feel like a lot of ways I was holding back too. So, I kept trying to do commentary videos for Let's Plays. And I couldn't get myself to do it. And that was probably the biggest, what's the word I would want? How would I want to describe it? It was a very, very, sinking feeling. It was suffocating, is another way I would put it, because I'm somebody that has just way too much of an overactive imagination, and my YouTube channel has always been a place for me to be able to, get that out there, and not being able to do the one thing that actively helped me, be able to get my imagination out there, it really, really sucked, and for a long time, I really couldn't do anything. And that's when I adopted doing non-commentary Let's Plays. And for me, that really fucking sucked. Because, I did games that I really wanted to talk about. I had a lot that I wanted to say. One being Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door remake. There was so much I wanted to talk about. And I might actually go back through and redo it, but with commentary this time. I'm dead fucking serious. And again, like I said, it really fucking bummed me because I wanted to, be able to vocalize what I liked about games and what I liked about other topics, but it became suffocating. I couldn't do it. And that, to me, became a fucking problem. The same way with music. There was so much I wanted to do music-wise, but I couldn't because I'm stuck in this, loop of wanting to do something, never getting the opportunity to do it, and when the one opportunity does come, I just don't have the energy to do it. I don't have the vibe to do it. And that is entirely what the fuck happened. So, when it finally came for us to move, I was ecstatic, right? I was so excited because it's like, not only are we going to have our own space again, like, we don't have to worry about, having to... Obviously we did out of, being respectful and stuff like that, but, like, we liked being able to, go about our things without really having to, keep in mind somebody else. Again, it sounds horrible, but it's like, we were also very respectful about it, and we did that. But just being able to have our own space again has probably been, like, the most exciting thing. I won't go into too much of the details about the move and stuff. We're not fully done. We're still, getting stuff over and stuff like that. But, it has been refreshing, to say the least. At least for me, it's a bit of a drive to get to work now. But I'm not too mad about it. Especially in the mornings when, like, I'm so stressed. I'm so just done with it. Actually having a longer drive home is actually really therapeutic. And by the time I get home, just, blasting my music, just, on cruise control, and just being able to just relax has actually been really therapeutic for me. I'm finding that when I get home, I'm just far less stressed. Because before, I lived so close to where I worked, I never really got the time to really just breathe and, like, get those, stresses out. And that led to me just being in this loop of, like, getting home, being so exhausted, being so stressed that I don't want to do anything. But now that I'm able to just kind of, like, get, spend some time, in between, right, the downtime, it has become a lot better. And I've actually started working out again. Because again, like I said, like, when I got home, I was just so exhausted, so stressed, and so drained that I just didn't want to fucking do anything. But now I'm able to. So that's always such a good, it's such a good fucking feeling. But when it comes to the channel, I have been working on stuff, like, in between not, working on the moving and not being at work and getting a lot more downtime to actually be able to sit down and do shit. I've gotten quite a bit done. I have started work on the next song for Ascendum, which has been very exciting. Definitely didn't spend 3 days being gaslit into thinking that I had just lost the sauce. No, it's just this current mic that I'm using having some weird fucking delay. When it comes to that, I don't know why, but it is what it is. But I dug out the old mic. I really wanted to do with the new mic to be able to do this, but I'll just have to do some audio tweaking here and there. I am going to stick with my new mic for pretty much majority of the other stuff, but for music stuff, I'm going to be going back to the old mic. Other than that, I've actually been recording a new Let's Play. I have been so fucking excited. I'm not exactly ready to start dropping videos yet because I gotta edit one of them, and I want to get, like, a good few episodes recorded before I start dropping stuff. But I do have stuff in the works, and I'm so fucking excited to be able to do this shit again, man. I'm so fucking excited. And as for what that Let's Play is, it's going to be Super Mario Galaxy 2. I explained my reasoning why I chose Super Mario Galaxy 2 in the first episode. But to kind of summarize it really quickly, when I was at college, again, this was over 6 fucking years ago, by the way. I'm actually mind blown. When I looked back and how long it's been, I saw that shit, and I was just like, there is no way that was 6 years ago. Like, it doesn't feel like I did it that long ago, which is so bizarre for me. But yeah, no, it has been that long. So, a lot of those stuff that I did during those times, I really didn't fucking like. And so I want to come back and do the game that I love so much as the first one. But I did also say that, this year, I really want to just start cracking down on what I used to do and what I used to love. Let's Plays. This is the stuff that I love. I love yapping about my favorite games for no fucking reason and having an absolute ball with it. So, that stuff is in the works. I do have a list of games I want to do this year. I'm actually keeping it very, very short, so I don't just look at a list and overwhelm myself. But some of the bigger ones I want to do because I don't want to just do all the ones I want to redo. I do want to, put in some, newer ones in there as well, just to really spice things up and, not overwhelm myself. Something I do want to do this year as well is, finish up some Let's Plays I currently have going, being Luigi's Mansion on the 3DS. I do want to continue that. Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Breath of the Wild specifically in Master Mode, because I'm playing that on the Switch 2. And then Tears of the Kingdom, which was all pretty much done on Switch 1. But I will be making it, going forward, it'll be on the Switch 2. Which will be so fucking good. So it's gonna be a little jarring for those who are watching the series up to, episode, 7. And just to see, it go from 30 frames to fucking 60 and the game looking much crisper. So, it's definitely going to be a little bit of a jarring experience, but, I'm excited. But Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild are going to be games I'm going to have to really just sit down for. And those will be videos that I will release once I'm ready to. But, yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff I want to do this year, as well as obviously working on Ascendum. I've actually changed quite a lot since I'd made that first announcement post. Some of the tracks I have completely, removed from the whole thing in general. I guess I can give an update on that right now, because again, I am working on one of the tracks here, which is No More. And that's the one I'm currently working on. But 3 right now have been excluded from, going forward. That's What I'm Made Of, Meet That Doom, and Oh to a Warrior Song. Because honestly, those I feel like are just in the best positions that they can be right now. So I feel a little bit safer taking those off. But to replace them, again, I released the entire list, and that's not a finalized track list. I want to make that very fucking clear. There's not going to be 16 fucking tracks. I will shorten it down to the tracks I feel like I really want to. But I did add in a few more, again, to really balance it out. Also, StormyIrisHD Medley Ultimate got removed because I want to redo Turn the Page. I didn't want, two technically separate songs using the same beat, and it'd feel really weird. So I'm choosing Turn the Page over that one. One of the songs I'm re-adding to it is going to be Frozen in Time, which obviously that had a feature, but I'm redoing it and doing my own thing with it. So that'll be one of those ones. Alongside that, it'll be No Way Home. Now, yes, I do know that in the first Best of Stormy Iris Music, that did get a remaster, but this time, again, it's when I'm going to be done with the song, it's going to be a completely new song, so I do want to do that one. Obviously, the first track has already released, which is Phasmophobiac. Funnily enough, I'm going to go back in and make some changes to that one. So you'll never really truly know exactly what I'm going to do, but for right now, I do have a sort of set list, but of course, I'll be updating more as I get through with more progress on that. On the Faded side, I've begun work on one of the Faded songs for the new album. I'm still not exactly set on a title for it yet. No, it's actually legitimately, I've been in a toss-up between two names, and I legitimately just can't decide on which one I want. Which is probably what I'm going to be saving more so when I get further into the album, when I really get a set idea of what the album is going to be about. So that's going to be that for right now. What else am I working on? like I said, I have been working on a lot of stuff since I moved. And again, I've only been here for a week. So, I've gotten quite a lot done. And I'm excited as fuck. So, I think that's it. I don't think there's much more I want to talk about today. Of course, I will always be updating as I go. So, when I'm ready to start Super Mario Galaxy 2, I will make a full-on post about it. So, you'll know when. Or I might even just make a video to accompany it. So, that'll be that. And, yeah. I think that's going to be about it. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I know my channel has been very fucking weird. But going forward, we're locking the fuck in. There's still going to be a mix of commentary and non-commentary, which is, you know, one of the big ones I'm doing is going to be right now, obviously, Super Mario Galaxy 2 is the first big commentary Let's Play. I'm probably going to be doing Luigi's Mansion 3DS on the side, just so that the two can, you know, balance each other out. Like I said, I don't want to just rush in and do all the Let's Plays I want to redo, because that would feel a little bit, to me at least, it wouldn't be as, you know, I want to keep things fresh, is what I'm trying to say. So, yeah, so thank you guys again so much for watching. Going forward, we're locking the fuck in. It's gonna be a great year. We're so fucking back, boys and gals. We're so fucking back. So, I've been StormyIrisHD. This has been an interesting video, to say the least. And I will see you guys on the community post or the video when Super Mario Galaxy 2 starts. Have yourselves a fan-fucking-tastic day. And I'll see you guys in Super Mario Galaxy 2. Peace out.